Well, I'll start playing in a couple minutes. There's a bit of a delay going on, so I think it's about 30 seconds or more behind. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is going to go well. Fingers crossed. This is my first time experiencing the wonders of YouTube's live stream features, so we'll keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes. Well, I'll start playing in a couple minutes. There's a bit of a delay going on, so I think about 30 seconds or behind. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's going to go well. Crossed. This is my first time experiencing the wonders of YouTube's live stream features. So, fingers crossed. Yeah. All right. We'll give it about one more minute. And oh, hey, my clock says it's 7 o'clock. So hope you folks are ready. Welcome to this live stream of some folk music for you guys. Let's see if that's probably good enough. Yeah, I'm Noah Lang. I've been performing for quite a while, but I've been writing folk songs since about January. And I've been writing quite a few of them, and I like to think some of them are pretty okay. So I'll be playing some of those, as well as some traditional folk tunes from just about everywhere. Well, mostly from the Anglo-American tradition, but stretching back pretty much till Old English. So there will be quite a few of those interspersed. This first one I'm going to start off with is called The Road. Time has come and gone, and I'll be moving on to this. It's where I say farewell. The winding road it calls, and though the rain it falls, I will find my way. Lover, don't fret for me, and please don't wait for me. I know you will be just fine. You'll find solid ground, a love not cast around by storms and shifting winds. Skies are dark this morning, and I will soon be born on winds. The place is far away. The road, it beckons me, and love, my final plea is please. Please don't think of me. Please don't think of me. take a look, see if any have left comments or anything or requests. Feel free to make requests. If I don't know the song, I probably won't be able to play it, but if I do, I certainly will. Um, all right. All right, for this next one, this is sort of a bit of a fan favorite. I wrote it back in March, ended up playing it for a really cool recording at Luther College, where I just graduated from in May. It's called Chicago. Let's get that tuning better. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and the train is pulling in. You're leaving for Chicago, a place I've never been. And though the summer's warm, I feel a quiet chill. I love you and things will go just how they will. It's loud here in Chicago, you can hear the rolling cars and the sound of shouts and fighting as men step out from the bars. And though I'm missing you, I feel a quiet thrill. I love you and things will go just how they will. It's quiet here without you as the season bleeds away. And soon the summer's gone and now the autumn's come to stay. Leaves are red upon the trees and on the ground they spill. I love you and things will go just how they will. The city is bright and charming and the snow is falling white. And despite the winter breeze, the rushing coldness has no bite. And I'm missing you today, but I'm enchanted still. I love you and things will go just how they will. I'd rid my life of riches just to join you where you are. To see your shining eyes and the winsome smile that you once wore. And I'm doing fine for now, but my heart will ache until I see you, but things will go just how they will. I think it's best we part now. I heard from her today that Chicago's treating her kindly, and it's there that she will stay. That we'd both be better off alone with time to heal. I love you, but things they go just how they will. All right, yeah, that one was called Chicago. I released an EP a few months ago. I don't really like most of the songs on it, so that one was one of the standouts that I keep that I'm still playing. All right, this next one that I'm going to play is called I'm Not One to Go to Bars, but I Watch the People When I Do. Let me check to see if there are any interesting comments I might respond to. All right, doesn't look. All right, so this next one's called "I'm Not One to Go to Bars." It's off my upcoming self-titled EP. It should be out near the end of the month. I'm just gonna do some more recording, make sure that all the tracks are as good as I can make them before I send it off into the big old world. So this one's called "I'm Not One to Go to Bars, but I Watch the People When I Do." Now, I'm not one to go to bars, but I watch the people when I do. I listen to them talking, maybe have a drink or two. And I step on up right to the bar, ask for a whiskey on the rocks. And the bartender, he gets the glass, and we begin to talk. About the things he's doing, the last time he saw the kids. How he's dealing with the mortgage and how the town is on the skids. And I take a seat down in a booth and I watch the neon lights. And I stare on down into my drink and hear a quiet fight. Two men got kicked out of the bar, the small one threw the punch. And the big one took it in the gut and he floored him with a crunch. And they're probably out there fighting, but not fighting here no more. I heard some words a drunken night and some pregnant city whore. Some folks outside smoke cigarettes, the smoke curls in the air. And a woman sitting on a stool twists her fingers in her hair and pours some booze out of her tumbler into a metal flask. I figure that she'd talk to me, but it's better not to ask. My drink is gone, I get on up and I walk back to the bar. And I talk again with Lou about his cheating wife in his car. And I ask him if his shift's been good, or if he plans on getting out, or if the money's good enough to keep on through the drought. Now they've all got their problems, Lord knows that I've got mine. And we sit in silence in the bar and we drown them for a time. Broken homes or lying exes who left for Sturgeon Bay. Good's always the same, but bad is bad in bad's own ways. All right, this next one is a song I just wrote yesterday, so you'll forgive me if I mess up some of the lyrics. It's called Tom. Let me find them. All righty. Well, good morning, son. It's been some time. I've wondered how you are. And I'm sorry that I woke you up. Didn't think you were so far. And I guess 1,000 miles is only a couple days by car. And I'm sorry about the things I've done. I suppose I have to say I've been turning in my bed all night, just waiting for today. And I'm sorry that Mom had to take both you and Jess away. And I'm sorry about what happened long ago between me and Mom. And I talked to her again last week, and we tried to keep our calm. I'm just trying to make amends, apologize. I'm sorry, Tom. Well, hell, think that's enough from me. You tell me just how you've been. And I hope you're finding joy in whatever job you're working in. And I'm happy for you, son, but I don't know where to begin. And I figure you've got things to do. I just thought that I would call. And I'm glad you're doing well, and I hope your kids are growing tall. And maybe we can see each other and have a drink come fall. But never mind, I understand that you've got things to do. I just wondered if your deadbeat dad could spend some time with you. But of course your wife and kids come first, of course, I know they do. But sometimes men, they have regrets and debts they need to pay. Make up for things that they have done when self-deception's gone away. And you have my number if you want to call. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for listening in, everybody. The two of you who are listening in, it's absolutely some of my favorite people in the world right now. Got quite a few more songs for you folks. This is one I wrote last week. It's kind of got an interesting story behind it. It's based off of an old English poem that was written sometime in, I believe, the 10th century CE. It's an interesting poem. It's about a poet who is sort of writing about his troubles and describing them in the context of other historical troubles from this time. So kind of an interesting tune. Let's see what you think of it. It's called Deor. Wayland knew the pain of exile, alone but for the grief and shame. In that frozen island dungeon, where supple bonds to him laid claim, that passed away, this also may. That passed away, this also may. We heard the widow will mourn the death of brothers, but even more her painful state. And as she knew the child within her, she knew and feared her looming fate. That passed away, this also may. That passed away, this also may. We heard the gates' love for Mathilda, the love in pain caused him to weep, and that his aching love and passion robbed him of regretless sleep. That passed away, this also may. That passed away, this also may. For 30 winters kind Theodric ruled Meringburg with iron hand. And though his fame was known to many, no longer does his stronghold stand. That passed away, this also may. That passed away, this also may. The sorrow spread by cruel Amalric, his wolfish mind upon the throne, did make his nobles and his princes pray that their king be overthrown. That passed away, this also may. That passed away, this also may. A heavy-hearted man in sorrow may nothing else but troubles know, while God grants happiness to many, to others he apportions woe. As for your singer, I will tell you, I was Deor, a poet free, but now another has received it. The life and land once given to me, that passed away, this also may. 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 That was Dior. Thank you so much to the very 5 of you folks who are tuning in right now. We've got plenty more songs. This next one is another traditional song, traditional set of lyrics that I sort of wrote a new melody for. Oftentimes, when we're talking about old folk songs, especially some of the ones that were collected by Francis something Child in the 19th century, but he didn't think that the tunes were very important. He thought that mostly the interesting part was the words themselves. So there are a ton of words out there that just need tunes to them. So and a lot of them have had traditional tunes associated with them, but I figured, hey, why not write one of my very own? This one is called "Fine Flowers in the Valley." Gotta get capoed up. All right, let's go. She sat down below a thorn, fine flowers in the valley, and there she has her sweet babe born, and the green leaves they grow rarely. Smile not so sweet, my bonny babe, fine flowers in the valley. You'll smile so sweet, you'll smile me dead, and the green leaves they grow rarely. She's taken out her little penknife, fine flowers in the valley, and twined the sweet babe of its life, and the green leaves they grow rarely. As she howked a grave by the light of the moon, fine flowers in the valley, and there she's buried her sweet babe in, and the green leaves they grow rarely. As she was going to the church, fine flowers in the valley, she spied a sweet babe in the porch, and the green leaves they grow rarely. Oh, sweet babe, and thou wert mine, fine flowers in the valley, I'd clad thee in silk so fine, and the green leaves they grow rarely. Oh, mother dear, when I was thine, fine flowers in the valley, you did not prove to me so kind, and the green leaves they grow rarely. Alright, that one is called Fine Flowers in the Valley. A traditional Scottish song. It's known under a variety of different names, sometimes as the Cruel Mother. So it's kind of an interesting song. It's a bit grim. Plenty more songs coming up for you folks. If you have any requests, feel free to make them. If I know it, I'll play it. This next one is, we're sort of starting a folksy country western segment of the program. This next one is called Rosie Holden. Let me get the lyrics up. I'm not entirely sure I have this one memorized. A lot of words in this one, so I don't want to bail out in the middle of the song. Alrighty. In the town of Laredo lives a girl named Rose Holden. She never will love me. She'd have me believe. A tall, handsome girl with a heart warm and golden. I'd not meant to stay, but now I'll never leave. Her father a preacher, and I but a cowboy. I loved her to death, and my love she denied. On my back in the dirt, and all my blood flowing from me. Feet fall so slow, and Rosie comes to my side. We'll never be married, she told me so sadly, that quiet pale night in the light of the moon. And as she turned away, I felt my heart taken from me, and I stumbled along to the darkened saloon. A man walked inside as to the drink I was taking, with a coat long and dark and a snarl in his eye. His hand on his pistol and his fingers a-twitching. I could not know that by that pistol I'd die. A wayfaring stranger from out in West Texas, he told me there wasn't a town where he belonged. He'd stop for the night and he'd be gone by breakfast. Whatever his business, he wouldn't be long. I stumbled back homeward, and I heard the sheriff speaking in tones so low and reserved, that there was an outlaw who'd come from West Texas, and that someone would give him the cold end he deserved. I fell back in my bed, my mind sleeplessly wandering, and I realized the stranger was the outlaw he knew. As the sun rose that morning, my pistol was waiting. A gunfight I'd win, and I would win Rosie too. Went to the saloon and the stranger was running right out the door, his black coat all a blur. I readied my pistol and I followed him closely, and I shouted behind him I would kill him for sure. I lie here a-bleeding, and Rosie is with me, and kisses me softly as she starts to cry. I'll never forget you, she whispers so sweetly, my hand in her hand. It's my time to die. Thank you so much. That was Rosie Holden. That's sort of an older one, actually one of the first songs I wrote in a little bit of a collection that will never see the light of day called Sad Songs in Keys. That was the one for the key of A. I've got some reports that the volume might not be quite loud enough, so I will turn things up a little bit. If there are any continuing problems with the volume, let me know, and I will definitely take care of that as soon as I possibly can. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is Songs for Shut-ins, which is mostly me right now, and apparently the rest of you folks who are tuning in, thank you so much. It's great to have you. I am a folk singer-songwriter from the Madison area, playing a variety of folk tunes, some original, some traditional, but all folksy, and hopefully all good. So let me know what you're thinking. If you've got any requests, make them, and I will do my very best to play them for you. If I don't know it, I probably won't be able to, but I know a handful of songs, so we'll see what happens. This next one is a very traditional. My mom knows it even. It's called "The Streets of Laredo." As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, and cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. These words he did say as I slowly walked by. Come sit down beside me and hear my sad story, for I'm shot in the chest and I'm dying today. 'Twas once in the saddle I used to go dashing. 'Twas once in the saddle I used to go gay. First down to Rosie's and then to the courthouse. Got shot in the breast and I'm dying today. Oh, beat the drum slowly and play the fife lowly, and play the dead march as you carry me along. Take me to the valley and lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy and know I've done wrong. Get 6 jolly cowboys to carry my coffin. Get 6 pretty maidens to bear up my pall. Put bunches of roses all over my coffin, roses to deaden the clods as they fall. Then swing your rope slowly and rattle your spurs lowly, and give a wild whoop as you carry me along. and in the grave throw me and lay the sod on me. For I'm a young cowboy and know I've done wrong. Go bring me a cup of cold water to cool my parched lips. Then the cowboy said, before I returned, his soul had departed and gone to the roundup. The cowboy was dead. We beat the drum slowly and played the fife lowly, and bitterly wept as we bore him along. For we loved our comrade, so brave, young, and handsome. We all loved our comrade, although he'd done wrong. Now that is a very old song. The roots of it are actually in an English broadside ballad called The Unfortunate Rake. And I will actually be playing another version of that same song. You'll see a lot of the same images and motifs reoccurring in another one that I'll be playing later in the show. So that was The Streets of Laredo. Coming up next is a song that I wrote a while ago as sort of an attempt to write a murder ballad. Now, a murder ballad is a genre of folk songs that was especially popular in the they're always been pretty popular, strangely enough. Apparently people really like to hear songs about people killing each other. So I decided that, hey, why not throw my hat into the ring? And this is a song I wrote called Ava May. See if I can get it a little zoomed out a little more so I can see the whole song. Actually, we'll just skip that one. We've got another one coming up. Yeah, this is one I wrote a couple weeks ago. It's called I Don't Think Things Are Ever Gonna Change. See if I can get the lyrics. Here we go. Okay. If you'd have asked me years ago how I thought things would be when I stepped out into the world, a man of 23, my young heart would have swelled with possibility. But now I don't think things are gonna change. But that was many years ago. I'd like to think I have grown. I'd die, if not in wit and wisdom, then from troubles I have known. I doubt I would have thought I'd still be standing here alone. But now I don't think things are gonna change. And now though I am 23, I still feel shy and young, no older than that little boy who couldn't hold his tongue, still bleeding from the wound from when he last was stung. I don't think things are ever gonna change. I dreamed about you 20 years before I saw your face. I dreamed about your beauty, and I dreamed about your grace. And in my mind your shape I can all but nearly trace. But I really don't think that things are gonna change. If I were a deceitful man, I'd probably cast the blame for loneliness and misery, for years of guilt and shame, on any of those girls who can't recall my name. But now I don't think things are gonna change. For it don't take a sighted man, for it ain't too hard to see that the poison at the crux of it, at the root of it, was me. And I can't help but to hate the fool I've been. I don't think things are ever gonna change. I'll never be a handsome man, and I never will be tall. And I know I won't be holding hands or kissing you come fall. And sometimes I don't know if there's a point at all. I don't think things are ever gonna change. I suppose I'll keep on wandering, don't know what else I would do, but wait until the time that God allotted me is through. I give my very heart and soul to be with you, but I don't think things are ever gonna change. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We've got a handful more songs for you folks. This next one is called Tonight. It's from an album I was working on at one point. Didn't really end up working out, but I got some pretty cool songs out of it. So we'll see how it goes. If there are any problems with the mix now, love to hear. Otherwise, here we go. Okay. Come away with me tonight. The fields are silent neath the moon, and the world is fast asleep. But the quiet sun is rising soon. Love, it's cold outside tonight. Snow gathers white upon the ground. Our path is long and dark tonight. And silence save the river's sound. I never told you what I meant. When I said that I loved you. More than my little words could say. Before in love our lives renew. And I could sing of oceans deep, or trees and flowers growth anew. But none of nature's splendors touch my heart the way it's touched by you. Come away with me tonight. Alrighty, coming up next is another song from this album. It's called Heartland, Part 1. Mom and Dad, don't worry, you know I'm doing fine. And if I can't get a word in, it's 'cause I don't have the time. Out here in the heartland, open fields won't sow themselves. Time won't reap the harvest, and time won't dig the wells. The skies are clear and endless, and green plains roll through the hills. And with the sun of morning, my heart contented fills. For I'm here with my beloved, And while she's standing near, not flood or storm or dying could ever cause me fear. I'll raise that farm you wanted, with fields of wheat and rye, and they'll be growing strong and healthy, and we'll harvest by and by. And I'll raise you little kids, Mom, John and Mary, boy and girl, and they'll be growing strong and healthy as their dawning years unfurl. The folks around are friendly, good people all in all, and there'll be a celebration when we harvest in the fall. They don't ask too many questions and don't tell too many lies, and they welcomed us so kindly the day that we arrived. We ain't got time for God here, but we'll praise Him when we reap. And we ain't got time for praying, we'll be praying when we sleep. But the work is good and wholesome, I know that Emma's doing fine. And I'd send my love more often, but I just don't have the time. Alrighty. We'll play one more, a couple more. Well, we'll take a break from that album for a little bit. And this is a song that is near and dear to my heart. I've loved it ever since I heard it pretty much the first time on the oldie station. It's a classic folk song, and based off of the same tune, the same song that the Streets of Laredo is based off of, The Unfortunate Rake. This is House of the Rising Sun. Well, there is a house down in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun, and it's been the ruin of many poor girl. Thank God I know I'm one. Well, my mother, she was a tailor, and she sewed these old blue jeans. And my sweetheart, he was a gambler, Lord, way down in New Orleans. Now the only thing that a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. And the only time when he is satisfied is when he's on a drunk. And he'll fill his glass on up to the brim, and he'll pass those cards around. And the only pleasure that he gets out of life is a rambling on from town to town. Tell my baby sister not to do what I have done, but to shun that house down in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. Well, it's 1 foot on the platform and the other foot on the train, and I'm going back down to New Orleans, to where I'm going back down to New Orleans. My race is almost run, and I'm going back to end my life down in the rising sun. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been a ruin of many poor girl, and God, I know I'm one. Alrighty, well after that interlude, I'll take a moment to thank everybody who's tuning in. Just as a bit of an introduction, if you're just coming into the stream, I'm Noah. I play folk songs. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and yeah, so I write and play folk songs. So I'll be playing a couple more that I wrote, and then a couple more traditionals, and then I think we'll call it a night. It's getting pretty late for some folks. So this next one is called Love and War. I'll take that up a little bit. Here we go. The winter winds be cold and sharp as I walk down the street, and a sign was mounted on the hall as I my love did greet. Avenge the 7th of December, the towering sign did say, but I paid a little mind as I walked with Margaret Jane that day. Now Margaret Jane, a preacher's girl, was a gorgeous sight to see, and her auburn hair and emerald eyes were wine and bread to me. And we lived and loved. Once in a while I would steal a quiet kiss, and her lips were soft and warm with quiet smiles as we caressed. The life I lived, sorry. The life I lived in spring that year was like some poet's dream. But in June of 1942 I would turn 18. Now 18 years is long enough, they said to me that day. Enough to die for liberty and God a world away. I wasn't sure what sort of war that God had planned for me, but so much more than freedom's war was Margaret Jane for me. The night before the soldiers came, a night my heart did dread, I paid respects to Margaret Jane, and quietly I said, I love you dearly, darling one, no face I'd rather see, and there ain't no freedom that I need but your sweet love for me. And I don't want to fight this war, I want to settle down, to start a home and a family in this quiet little town. Well, I'm not a man so good with words, I sputtered and I chewed, and no matter what they do with me, I will return to you. I will walk and I will swim and I will find my way. There is no life but love for me, my love for Margaret Jane. Alrighty, we've got a few more for you. This next one is called 2/20/14. Thank you so much to all you folks who are still tuned in. It's just only we're in the home stretch, so thank you so much for listening. I hope I didn't forget how this one. I think I forgot how this one started. All right, here we go. I stood there yesterday, a mess at 10 to 1. She said she'd come and meet me once her class was done. I waited for the shock of hair and smiling eyes, and mine were cast across the crowd as she arrived. She smiled bright, I felt a twinge inside my chest. Was I too slovenly today or overdressed? We said hellos and I hope you're doing well today. She said she was and I was too, was doing great. We took our seats and I said to her, I'm glad you're here, and I'd like to talk to you now that I have you near, about the world and plans and life and love and things, and how our lives seem so much warmer in the springs. I told her I wrote songs and that I'd write her one, and I'd start it after I got home once we were done. And I hope that this one turns out better than the rest, a song I write just for the one I'm liking best. Can't tell her how I feel or what I'd like to say. I know that she is seeing someone else today, and though she didn't mention him or speak his name, I can't help but hate that she must love him all the same. So I wrote this song and now I'll write another one, and I won't sing this song for her when I'm done. But maybe someday, if the earth and stars align, and I was with her, I would try to find the time. All right, we've just got a couple more for you here tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. I play a few open mics a week in Madison, so if you ever want to see me live in person, feel free to stop by at Jenna's on Wednesdays or the Froth House on Tuesdays, and I'll be there playing some songs. So I'll keep you posted if there are any new gigs around town. But feel free to visit my website, noahlang.com, or my pages on Facebook, which is Noah Lang Music, Reverb Nation, Noah Lang Music, or SoundCloud of Noah Lang. And I'll be playing my songs there all the time. So, a few more for you. This first one is one I wrote on Valentine's Day this year. It is called Noah Lang's Dream. Well, I dreamed I saw the ending, and again I was alone, walking right on through the forest where the body trees had grown. and their arms stuck out like branches, and their fingers grew like leaves, just waiting to be reaped and to be gathered into sheaves. And the body's eyes were crying, but their mouths were sewed shut, and the body's voices gurgled in their throats and in their guts. And I swooned at the sighting and the wounded dying groan, when I dreamed I saw the ending, and again I was alone. Well, I wandered through the forest and I tried to find your tree, and an axe was in my hands and I was going to cut you free. Cut you free right from the roots and cut you right out from the bark. But the bloody sun was sinking and the skies were growing dark, and the clouds were raining blood and red hot heat had pierced my skin. The clouds were raining hatred on these thorny woods of sin, and the clouds and trees were gone except the one that I could see, as I wandered through the forest and I tried to find your tree. But as I walked, that it was you, and your eyes were blue and distant, and we both knew that you knew that I had come to cut you from the tree and from the wood. But the axe was gone and my heart had burned as I before you stood, and I stretched my arms out mightily to touch your thorny bark, and the wood it grasped my fingers and it rushed out in an arc. And then I was the tree, and from the bloody ground I grew, and as you walked up I saw your eyes and knew that it was you. You were just as I remembered, and my heart was finally free. You stood naked on the ground, and I stood firmly as a tree, and my arms stuck out like branches, and my fingers grew like leaves, just waiting to be reaped and to be gathered into sheaves. Were crying, but their mouths were sewed shut, and the body's voices gurgled in their throats and in their guts. And I swooned at the sighting and the wounded dying tree, but you were just as I remembered, and my heart was finally free. That was Noah Lang's Dream. I'm extremely sorry to inform Claire and Tessa that I do not know Let It Go, but I will record it as soon as I can, and I will send you a recording of it. So I apologize for not being able to fulfill that request, but I will as soon as I possibly can. Thank you so much for sticking through this whole night. I extremely appreciate you guys listening to my stuff and listening to some other great traditional folk tunes. This next one is a bit of a Ruba Lang family favorite. Mama Lang really likes this one. This is called St. James Infirmary Blues. He was down in old Joe's barroom on the corner by the square. The drinks were served as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood old Joe McKennedy. His eyes were bloodshot red. I turned to the folks around him, and these are the very words that he said. I went down to St. James Infirmary to see my baby there, lying on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. They search this wide world over, and you won't ever find a sweet man as like me. When I die, Lord, please bury me in my high-top Stetson hat. Put gold coins over my eyelids so the boys will know I died standing pat. Give me 6 crap-shooting pallbearers, 6 chorus girls to sing me a song. Put a jazz band on my hearse wagon so we can raise hell as we go along. Get 16 coal black horses to pull that rubber-tired hack. There's 13 boys going out to the graveyard, but only 12 of them are coming back. Now that you have heard my story, let's have another round of booze. And if anyone should ever ask you, tell 'em I got those St. James Infirmary blues. Tell 'em I got those St. James Infirmary blues. Tell 'em I got those St. James Infirmary blues. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I'm Noah Lang. I'm a folk singer-songwriter from Madison. I've got an EP coming out at the end of the month. So thank you so much for listening in. Have a great rest of your night.